Hey, my name is Dr. Sean Price, clinical coordinator here at The Fix in Fort Walton Beach. And on this video series, I want to talk about different measures of action. This is not an idea or a concept that I came up with. This is not something that is new. I actually learned this from one of my mentors. His name is Grant Cardone. Writes some great books, just a phenomenal business consultant. But one of the things that he talks about a lot is the 4 stages of action when you're dealing with a challenge in your life, when you're dealing with something that you're trying to overcome. Now you can take what I'm about to do in these next 4 videos, you can apply it to any area of your life. You can apply it to your relationship, you can apply it to your health, you can apply it to your finances, to your spirituality, whatever areas of your life that you feel like may be lacking. And there was a video series that I did on how to determine what areas of your life you're trying to improve and how to determine what actions to take on those. So be sure and reference that video series it's on our YouTube channel. But be sure to reference that video series in determining the actions that you need to take on a daily level. But then you want to determine what kind of action are you in each of those areas. So we're going to speak specifically about health with regards to this next 4 videos. So let's say that you're a patient and you've been diagnosed with hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, whatever it is. You've been experiencing weight gain, you've been experiencing brain fog, fatigue, just constantly exhausted, you're losing your hair, you're experiencing all these negative effects of it. And once you have identified this challenge and you've determined that this is something that is a challenge for you in your life, then there are 4 approaches that you can take to handling that, and that's these 4 stages of action. So the first stage of action that I want to talk about is retreat. And retreat is what people will do sometimes if they're confronted with something and they back away from it. They deny it, or they just say, you know what, I'm not dealing with that. A lot of times retreat comes from the way that we're raised. We're raised to not take risks, or raised to not necessarily engage in things that might be risky or may not give us a benefit. A lot of what I see with patients who may have been in retreat before we started working with them are patients that maybe they tried something. They Googled online and they tried a detox program, or they did one of these 40-day programs where they go in and try to reset their metabolism, and or a weight loss program, or an HCG program, or something where they've been trying to handle a specific symptom like weight gain or something like that, and they failed. Or maybe they got short-term benefits and they spent a lot of money on it, but they ended up failing in the long term. So a lot of times these patients will go into retreat because they've done things in the past that they've determined don't work. And so therefore nothing is going to work, so they retreat away from it and they don't confront the situation they're dealing with. This is a dangerous situation, but if you identify it, if you realize that you kind of have that sour grapes type mentality where, you know what, it's not worth trying anyway because it's going to fail, or I don't want that for my health anyway, or why should I even try, I'm going to die of something anyway. Those are all retreat statements. If you find yourself in that and you do want to get your health back, you need to understand that there are options and there are things that you can do. So if you're in a state of retreat, the first step is to identify that and then move into the states of action that I'm going to talk about in the next series of videos. But identify, are you in retreat? And if you are, again, what areas? Is it your health? Is it your finances? Is it your relationships? Where are your areas of weakness, and are you retreating in any of those areas? Because this is a key issue. And one of the things to understand about this is it takes just as much energy to retreat as it does to try to fix something, because you're always excusing it. You're always mentally disappointed in yourself, and mentally you're excusing what your reasons for retreat. The lack of energy that you have because of whatever fires you're putting out. If it's in your relationship, the fights that you're getting into because you're retreating and not dealing with these areas. If it's in your health, the fires that you're putting out with your health, having to go and take medication, or having to go to all these doctor's appointments. There's a lot of energy that goes into retreat. So the important thing to consider is, as we go through this process, the number one that I think that is important if you're trying to regain some aspect of your health or your finances or your relationships is called massive action. It takes just as much energy to sit in all these other areas as it does for massive action. The problem is that our perception of what that is and what those efforts are not accurate. So for example, in retreat, we think that we're not really doing anything and not dealing with it, but we're spending so much time having to deal with it and having to overcome all the challenges that come from this loss of health, you know, in this example. So anyway, identify with yourself. Are you in a state of retreat? Okay. On the next video, we're going to talk about no action. So we'll go to that on the next video.